All right, guys. So our last live show didn't go so well. Tons of mic issues, tons of you. It's still up. You can go watch it. It was a train wreck. But so many of you guys sent in so many comments and questions. You were so kind with your time, and I appreciate it. So I want to go through those comments and questions, the ones that we missed. I got them screenshotted right here, and we're just gonna go through it. And in the fashion, in the spirit, in the style of a live show. We're not going to do any cuts. We're not going to do any edits. We're going to do this as we do it on Zach Milne Talks Live. So let's start where we left off. And we got the Laser. Laser saying, what will you be for Halloween? I may be Deadpool or Wreck-It Ralph. You know, I don't do much for Halloween anymore. Usually I'm working it. Usually I work it. But I'm going to go as I always do. I got my Spider-Man outfit right here. This was not pre-planned, by the way. This is where I had my Spider-Man outfit, right here. Used to be hanging on the wall at the old studio. Haven't found a spot for it in this studio yet, but this is probably what I'll be wearing. This is probably what I'll be doing, if it still fits. I'm not gonna try it on right here, right now. That's just weird and awkward. Should I do it? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, no, I'll probably be dressed as Spider-Man because that's what I always dress up as. Love dressing up as Spider-Man, and Halloween's kind of the only acceptable time when I can. So if I can take the opportunity, I will. I'll probably dress up as Spider-Man. Laser goes on to say, in Disney's Wreck-It Ralph, he's a home wrecker, right? Technically, smashes some buildings. Yeah, I could see you getting there. The Laser said, did you hear that Shang-Chi director will direct Spider-Man Home Wrecker? Well, I didn't hear that it was called Home Wrecker, but I did hear that Shang-Chi's director, Daniel Destin Cretin, or is it Destin Daniel Cretin? I can't remember exactly what his name is, but he's on board. He's going to be directing Spider-Man 4. At least that's the word out right now, and I'm on board with that. I love that idea. I think he's a great pick. I think he did a great job with Shang-Chi, and the thing that I'm most excited about that he's going to bring to Spider-Man is the choreography, is the fight sequences, because I think the fight sequences, the kind of ninjutsu, martial arts, parkour in a way style of action sequences that he did in Shang-Chi, I think that's going to translate beautifully to Spider-Man. I cannot wait to see him take that on, to put his directional flair on it. And as much as I like John Watts, as much as I love what he did with Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, I do think it's time to switch it up. I do think it's time for a change in direction. And this is a direction change I'm actually really excited for. I think this is a great pick. Really excited to see how it turns out, and excited just to get some new fresh blood into the Spider-Man IP. So I'm excited for that, definitely. The Ace Avenue has been a member for 7 months. Thank you so much, Ace, once again. Collective Movie Man says, hey Zach, have you seen Beetlejuice and Speak No Evil? Well, actually, Collective Movie Man, thank you for joining us, by the way. I have seen Beetlejuice. I've got a review up for Beetlejuice right now. I'm one of those people, I'm in the minority. I wasn't a huge fan of Beetlejuice. I thought that it missed kind of what made the first one special and entertaining for me and funny. And I feel like this one just kind of went for the gross shock humor for the most time. And it wasn't my cup of tea for the most part. So yeah, I saw Beetlejuice, reviewed it. You can check out my review for more thoughts there. But I'm in the minority. I didn't like it very much. Did not see Speak No Evil. Decided to go see Alien Romulus instead of Speak No Evil. And I don't know if that was the right decision or not. We'll find out, I guess, in the coming months. Red Comics, what's going on? Red Comics, thank you so much for joining, man. Says, hey Zach, glad the videos are back, and I like that intro. Thank you so much. Yeah, I wanted to kind of revamp the channel. New studio, new look, new era. I just wanted to do something new with it, so I made up some intros. They're inspired by a bunch of different YouTubers that I watch. I think they turned out pretty great, so I'm glad you liked it, man. Thank you so much for the kind words on that. Collective Movie. Oh. We've got the tech issues coming in now, so I'm going to skip over the tech issue ones because they don't apply. Hopefully they don't apply right now. Toxic Gamer saying, Olo, Zach. Well, Olo, right back to you, Toxic Gamer. Thanks for joining, man. Trez Movie says, guess my Halloween costume for some Halloween videos. Deadpool mask and Jesus costume. Either people will get the joke or be offended. Guess my Halloween costume. Deadpool mask and Jesus costume. I'm guessing Marvel Jesus. That's clever. I like that, man. Toxic Gamer 331 says, welcome back, man. Well, thank you so much, Toxic Gamer. It's an honor to be back. Wish we had been back under better technical circumstances, but either way, it's great to be back and talking with you guys. Jay Pylon, beloved channel member, what's going on, Jay? Thanks for joining. It says, what's good, people? Hello, Zach. Well, hello, Jay. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. It's been great getting to know you a little bit more on Members Talk Live, so thanks for joining. Toxic Gamer says, how's your day been and how did the move go? Yeah, my day was pretty good. I've actually got a different role at work. It kind of happened abruptly. So I'm kind of learning some of the new ropes at work right now, and I think they're going pretty well. I think it's going pretty smoothly. So I had a good day, and the move went as smooth as you could hope for a move to go. We had a ton of help. We got it all moved over in about 4 hours. Which is pretty good. We're still doing a couple unpacking things, mostly with like storage and stuff, so nothing drastic. But yeah, the move, it went really well. It went really well. I appreciate you asking, man. Thank you so much. Evan and Audrey S. Well, welcome, Evan and Audrey S. I'm sorry that you joined on a live show that went so poorly, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for contributing to the chat. Saying, greetings, Zach. This is Evan J. Sims here. Well, hello, Evan J. Sims. It's an honor to have you here. Red Comics. I just watched Dune Part 1 for the first time, and honestly, I didn't love it. Visually, there's nothing else like it, but a lot of it was boring. I'll watch Part 2 later. I'm hoping I'll love it. Look, dude, I was in the same boat as you. I waited for Dune Part 2. I waited to watch Dune Part 2 when Dune Part 1, sorry, when Dune Part 2 came out. I tried to watch it as close to the release date as possible so I could just springboard. And I'm glad I did that because I didn't have to wait, like, what was it, 2 years for some people who watched Dune Part 1 when it first came out? Because I wasn't thrilled with Dune Part 1. I thought that it was an overly long movie for the story it was telling and for the story it was setting up. I wasn't really into the characters. I agree. Visually, it was a masterpiece. Like, it was stunning. It looked fantastic as a sci-fi movie goes. One of the most gorgeous ones ever to be put on screen. But I wasn't really that engaged in it at the start. So I'm with you on that, man. And coming with that in mind, I really liked Dune Part 2. I loved Dune Part 2, as a matter of fact. So I hope you like it too, man. All right, moving on. And I just realized I didn't put the last one up. There we go. Did I put the last one up? What did I do here? I didn't put the last one up. That's what I meant to put up. Okay, so those are the comments, questions I was just asked. Like I said, we're doing this in the style of live. So we got Collective Movie Man. Yep, Mike stuff. Yeah, everyone, congratulations on the big news that was announced during the live show. I'm not going to repeat it here on the recorded companion video, but thank you guys all very much for that. Movie reviews with Ryan Lane, beloved channel member. What's going on, Ryan? Thanks for joining us. He says, how do you think Megalopolis will turn out? I don't know. Lots of controversy going on with that one, because Megalopolis, if you guys don't know what Megalopolis is, it's Francis Ford Coppola's movie, kind of a sci-fi epic he's always wanted to do, a passion project. I think he put his own money into it as well. Paid Lionsgate to distribute it, which usually they'll pay you to distribute it, but he had to pay Lionsgate to distribute it. I guess no one else wanted it, so that's not a good sign. And then they started using like fake critic quotes in the trailer. They used some deceased critics, to my understanding, saying they said some things and they never did, so they got in trouble for that. I don't think it's gonna go well. I really don't. I think the movie itself, I think it'll be at least entertaining. I mean, it's Francis Ford Coppola, right? It's got to be at least somewhat entertaining, somewhat good. But it's going to bomb. It's going to bomb hard. It's going to bomb hard, and it's going to bomb bad. I don't think this movie is going to do well at all. It might financially hurt Francis Ford Coppola, especially since he's putting his own money into it. So I'm worried for him. I don't think it's going to turn out well. Some more congratulations, guys. Thank you so much. Moving on down, we got Toxic Gamer. Did you see Alien Romulus or See No Evil or Transformers 1 yet? Speak No Evil, I think is what you meant. Yeah, I saw Alien Romulus, and I was very excited for Alien Romulus. It was coming out on Disney Plus originally. I was championing it on this channel. I wanted it theatrically. They decided to put it theatrically. Came out in August. I was busy with the moving and stuff in August, so I didn't see anything new in August. I watched it just a couple days ago, actually, because I wanted to see it on the big screen. I thought I liked it. I thought it was all right. I wasn't too into the characters. Funny enough, I thought the trailers for Alien Romulus were gnarlier and more frightening than Alien Romulus ended up being. I think there was some good sequences for sure in Alien Romulus. There was the face huggers in a scene with characters in water. I thought that was a very effective scene. There was a couple scenes like with anti-gravity. There was one scene that kind of looked like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory going up an elevator shaft. Like there was a couple things that I was like, is this cool or is it goofy? I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. But the ending really hurt the movie for me. The ending went places I just wasn't expecting, and I also didn't want. And I feel like at a certain point the movie should have just ended, because I felt like this is pretty good. Just end it here. But they had to tag on one last thing, one last creature, and wasn't into it. Visually, it was disturbing, but overall, I wish they hadn't done it. I was disappointed with the ending, but overall, I did like it. I liked it. It was solid. It was a solid, recommendable movie, I guess. If I was doing number scores, I guess it would be like if I'm on Letterboxd, which I haven't put my review of Alien Romulus on Letterboxd yet. I guess it would be a 3 out of 5. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Jared Runner. Hello there. What's going on, Jared? Thanks for joining, man. Scott, our local establishment. Well, thank you so much for joining my local establishment. I'm sorry that it was on such a poor night, but thank you so much for contributing to the chat. It says, hello, how are you doing? I'm happy to have finally caught a live stream. I'm so sorry that it didn't go well, man. I appreciate you being here so much. I appreciate your comment. Thank you so much for sending the love, and I apologize for how badly the show went. Trev's Movies says, congratulations, Zach. If you had to choose, what would you name your kid? Yeah, like I said, not revealing any names. Don't know the gender yet. Trev's Movies says you might want, the mic was an issue. The laser. Summer 2024 was disappointing. All the fun things did this year, which I loved, was all when I was in school, but I still had some fun this summer, and I hope I don't sound ungrateful. I'm assuming you're not talking about the movie season then. I'm assuming you're talking about just like your summer in general, which I'm sorry was a disappointment, man. You know, when it comes to the summer movies, they were okay. I think they were okay. I liked a number of them quite a bit. Deadpool and Wolverine was definitely was Abigail in the summertime? Because I loved Abigail. Was that in the summertime or was that earlier? I don't know. When you're out of school, the summer doesn't really it all just kind of blends together. It rolls into one. I think Inside Out 2 was the best of the summer, though. I think Inside Out 2 stole the summer. I think it's the biggest hit at this point, and I think it was my favorite movie I watched the entire summer. So yeah, there was some hits in there was some misses in there, but overall it was a decent summer. Let's see here, going down the list, we've got the laser. I already answered that one. Collective Movie Man, do you want a boy or a girl? Well, when I have kids, either one. Tox Gamer 331 says, what are all the movies that you did watch while you were on break? Now, I don't know if I documented all of them. I know that I didn't make it out to the theater once the entire month of August, so I didn't see anything new in August. As far as my Letterboxd goes, let's see what I watched. Okay, so I watched Joe Dante's Piranha in preparation for Piranha 2: The Spawning, because I was starting my James Cameron filmography watch along. So I watched Piranha and Piranha 2 for the first time, which, you know, they're the cheesy B movies. I think the Joe Dante Piranha was a little bit corny, but it also had moments where you could tell they're trying to make it creepy, and there actually was some effective shots that I actually thought actually worked, and I was surprised because for the most part I was laughing at the movie with the movie. I think the movie wants you to laugh, so I was laughing with the movie, but there was a couple scenes where I was like, oh, they went there, they got some kids, and that was dark. Let's see, I also watched Beetlejuice for the first time. I watched The Terminator, Rebel Ridge. I loved Rebel Ridge. That was a movie I watched for the first time like last week. It was a new one. I watched all the James Cameron movies, and then I watched Alien Romulus last week. So yeah, I didn't really watch much of I watched Fall Guy again with my family, but I had already seen that one. So yeah, there wasn't much that I was watching, to be honest with you, when I was on break. Even some of the stuff I wanted to catch up on, I never got around to, like Cobra Kai. started season 6. I watched maybe 3 episodes in part 1, which my fears kind of came into light with Cobra Kai season 6, because I thought that season 5 should have been the ending. I thought season 5 just kind of wrapped up all the storylines and resolved all the conflicts that were going on, and I just thought that they should have just ended it. They should have just ended it there, and they didn't. They went on with season 6, and so far, not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling it. It's starting to feel like the show's overstaying its welcome. I only watched 3 episodes. I didn't even finish part 1. I'm still gonna watch the entire part 1 and part 2 and part 3 and all that stuff. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I was a little bit disappointed in what I saw so far in season 6. Let's see here. We got Collective Movie Man saying the thing I can't wait for from D23 is Avatar Fire and Ash. Yeah, they gave us a concept art look at Avatar Fire and Ash, which looks cool. It looks cool. It's hard. I don't know. It's hard for me to get excited for Avatar, which is Avatar's a very weird franchise because I like both movies. I like Avatar. I liked Avatar Way of Water. Both amazing. Well, I never saw the first Avatar, but Avatar Way of Water, amazing theatrical experience. The best 3D ever put to screen, period. No conversation, no debates about that. They're not ones that I get excited for to rewatch. Like rewatching Avatar The Way of Water at home, that 3 hours, you feel it. When that theatrical experience is stripped away, you feel the runtime. So I'm excited for Avatar Fire and Ash. Like, it's gonna look great on the big screen visually, and I'm sure the I'm sure the 3D is gonna be fantastic. But I don't know. I don't like anticipate it. I don't anticipate these characters. So, but the concept art, it looked cool, and it's James Cameron, so it's gonna be an entertaining film. Let's see here. Talks Gamer 331 says, I think they should do Ratatouille 2. What do you think? I think there's places you can go with a Ratatouille 2. It's not a Pixar movie like Incredibles, for example, where it's like when they announced Incredibles 2, it was like no brainer, duh, this should have come years ago. It's about time. Even when they announced Incredibles 3 now, it's like it's about time. Toy Story makes sense to continue those characters. Inside Out makes a lot of sense. I think Inside Out is very similar to Toy Story and what it can do with its characters and its storytelling. So I'm expecting Inside Out to continue. Ratatouille, though, like, what do you do? Like, do you do a storyline of the dangers of skip the dishes? Do you do something like that where it's like Ratatouille wants to be this like gourmet chef, but all anyone wants to do is eat out and have skip the dishes, or Uber Eats, or like, what do you do? And again, I don't work at Pixar. There's a very good reason why I don't work at Pixar. If you hear that pitch, you think, yeah, no duh, Zach, you shouldn't work at Pixar. If that's what you think. Kicking something under my foot there. If that's what you think Ratatouille 2 should be, you should not work at Pixar, and you'd be correct. So the minds at Pixar are much smarter than I. So I trust them. Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe there will be a Ratatouille 2. But on the surface, I don't really see Ratatouille and WALL-E. I just don't really see how Pixar continues that into a franchise, how they do a sequel. Toxic Gamer 331 says, while you were gone, I got my first job. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. That's fantastic, man. Congratulations. Nathan John in Movies, congrats on becoming a future father. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little freaked out, but I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, moving down, we got Red Comics. How big of a mystery fan are you? I'm writing and directing a murder mystery for my final film at the Film Academy, inspired by Knives Out, the Batman 7. It'll be shot on a RED camera, RED camera. That's awesome, man. That's gonna look great. Yeah, I like mysteries. Who doesn't like a good mystery? I grew up on Scooby-Doo, so right there and then, I grew up liking mysteries. It's hard to find a good mystery movie, though, I find. Maybe they're all foreign. Maybe I just haven't been looking in the right places. But yeah, Knives Out is great. I like the Clue movie from like the 80s. It's wacky and silly, and I think it means to be, and I have a lot of fun with that. Murder on the Orient Express and all that, it's okay, but yeah, can you guys in the comments recommend a good mystery movie, because I need to find a really good mystery movie, and I feel like we're lacking in that in today's film culture. Collective Movie Man. I'm not going to watch Agatha all along until next year. The show I am excited for tomorrow is The Penguin. The first episode and going to be an hour and 20 minutes. And that's how you do it. Come on, Disney. Put out these Star Wars shows, these Marvel shows. You can't even crack an hour. Half the time you can't even crack an hour. You usually do like 45 minutes, which 10 minutes of that is credits. So really you only do like 35 minutes, but then you got the intro. So really you're only doing like 29 minutes. Yeah, I'm excited for The Penguin. I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I don't know when I'm going to get around to watching The Penguin. I probably will watch Agatha first over The Penguin, only because the runtime is more digestible for Agatha, which in some ways I may be making the case for Disney. Yeah, we have shorter runtimes, but they're more digestible. Zach just said it. So maybe I just shot myself in the foot there when it comes to the Disney argument. But I am excited for Penguin more than I'm excited for Agatha. But an hour and 20, that is juicy meat. I want to sit down and enjoy that. And I just got to find the time when I'm going to sit down for an hour and 20 minutes, an episode, and watch that. So, but yeah, Penguin, I'm excited for. But, you know, Agatha will be good too. Toxic Gamer 331 says, my family and friends think I look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Do you think I do, Zach? I mean, I think you have some resemblance. I've seen your channel. I've seen you on videos. I think I can see the resemblance. Collective Movie Man says, my last most anticipated show for this year is Dune Prophecy in November. Not gonna lie, totally forgot that was coming out. Is that Denis Villeneuve? I can't remember if that's Denis Villeneuve, but I think he's producer, but I don't think he's like actively working on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's not on my radar. I know that's about like the witch cult culture or whatever in Dune. I'm not that interested in it, to be honest. Even the trailer, I remember the trailer, didn't really win me over. Didn't really do much to excite me or win me over. So maybe I'll watch it, but I'm not that excited for it. But hey, I hope it's great. I hope it's like Dune Part 2 on the streaming small screen, because that'd be great. The Laser says, I'm gonna skip Agatha all along. Hey, you know what? I don't blame you. It looks skippable. It looks disposable. And I'm sure it will be. Evan and Audrey says, do you think that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker deserves the backlash for plagiarizing Avengers Endgame? I mean, look, it's made by the same studio. Is it really a coincidence that I am all the Sith and I am all the Jedi is kind of the same cadence and pretty much the exact same dialogue of Tony Stark's and I am Iron Man and Thanos' I am inevitable. I'm sure they cross paths. I'm sure they share scripts and ideas, and I'm sure that, yeah, I'm sure there was shared ideas for sure in the Disney halls between Rise of Skywalker and the Avengers Endgame crew at some point. I don't care all that much about it. I do remember picking that up in the theater, thinking it was funny, because it just seemed clear and blatantly obvious to me. So hopefully they meant to do that. But yeah, if people want to backlash against it, because hey, you know what? I'm not going to defend Rise of Skywalker. I don't like that movie. I think that movie's pretty bad. So if people want to backlash against it and not like it, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna, nobody's holding you back, especially not me. So go at it. Have fun. All right, moving down the line. Got Red Comics. Also, I refuse to watch Agatha. Let's just be excited for The Penguin. Yeah, I mean, I don't expect Agatha to have a huge streaming opening, to be honest, because I don't know how many people, first of all, WandaVision, I think was very niche. I think a lot of people online and the big hardcore Marvel fans like ourselves really liked WandaVision. I don't know how well WandaVision played to the general audience. I know myself, I have a friend who was a casual Marvel watcher, and he jumped off the WandaVision train pretty early on when it was doing the black and white episodes. So I don't know how popular Agatha is. I don't know how many people are wanting to get more of Agatha Harkness. But you know what? It could be a fun show, and if it's a fun show and it has good word of mouth, it'll probably do well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see many people anxious to watch Agatha. But yeah, I'll check it out. The View with Drew. What's going on, Drew? Thanks for joining us, man. He says, hey, everyone. What's up? What's going on, Drew? Thanks for being here, dude. Toxic Gamers saying hi, Drew. View says, question for everyone. What superhero movies do you prefer? Serious and sad, or funny and full of comedy? I think a grounded, serious superhero movie is what I gravitate towards. I like the comedies, though. Don't get me wrong. I like the Thor Ragnaroks. I like Thor Love and Thunder. I know, controversial opinion there, but I like Thor Love and Thunder. I like Thor Ragnarok. I like the Deadpool films. I like my comedies, but I also like I like the mixture. I like my Civil Wars and my Winter Soldiers, and the way that Marvel did it back in phases 1, 2, and 3, I thought it had serious tones, it had serious moments, but it also knew when to break it with humor at the right time. I think they did it the best. I don't like too dark and serious. Like Batman vs Superman was a little bit too dark and serious. The Suicide Squad, that's a great mixture. James Gunn's Suicide Squad. So, but then you got like Logan. Is definitely a movie that has the gravitas that I like to gravitate towards. So, I think for me, I'll go serious with the right touch of humor. I'll switch up your question there a little bit. The Laser says, what are you most looking forward to in Toy Story 5, and what would you want them to do for a Toy Story 6? Well, it's hard because I don't want them to do a Toy Story 5, so I don't know what I'd want them to do for a Toy Story 6. I don't know. I think I'm just looking forward to seeing if Pixar can pull it off once again. Because they, when Toy Story 3 was even announced back in 2000, well, it came out in 2011-ish, so I think it was announced back in 2009 or so. I remember there was people who were hesitant about that too. Toy Story 1 and 2, it had been so long since Toy Story 2 came out, and those were beloved, so it's like, why do a third one? Why mess with it? And then they killed it. Some people's favorite Toy Story is Toy Story 3, and I think that's mine, honestly. They go back and forth all the time in my head. But yeah, I love Toy Story 3, and then they announced Toy Story 4, and again, it was like, they had such a good thing, do they want to ruin it? And then they did Toy Story 4, and it worked out. Again, it was creative force that was driving it. But then they do Toy Story 5, and it feels more like they're doing it for the money, less for creativity. Woody's back somehow, whether that's a flashback, whether Toy Story 5 takes place in between 3 and 4, I don't know. But as far as, let's just get through 5 before we start pitching a 6. And let's see if they can pull it off once again. That's what I'm most excited for, is to see if they can pull it off. The Pixar magic, is it still alive? Toxic Gamer says, what are your favorites of the year so far, Zach, for movie-wise in your top 10? My top 10, man, that's tricky. I haven't sat down and done a formal list of my top 10. Some of them in there will definitely be Inside Out 2, Abigail, Rebel Ridge, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is definitely in there. Fall Guy, maybe, because I watched it a second time with my folks, and I liked it more the second time, so Fall Guy might get in there. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and really think about that, but there's definitely some that come to mind, like Dune Part 2, Kingdom, Abigail, like those come, Inside Out 2, those come straight to the mind. I'll have to think of the other ones a little bit more. Collective Movie Man says, I got tickets to go see Joker Folia Do, and I am seeing it September 30th in an early showing at AMC Theaters. Wow, man, that's really exciting. I hope you like it, because the reviews kind of iffy. They've kind of been mixed. So, which, the first Joker was also mixed, so it's kind of in line with the franchise, I guess, up until this point, which maybe should make us more excited for Joker 2, since it sounds like it kind of matches the first Joker's vibe. But I'm very curious to see it myself. I'm very curious to see if I'm going to like it or not. Looks like I already saved that one. Okay, so we're here. We're over here. We're at Red Comics. I recommend everyone see Transformers 1. The trailers made it look way more Disney-like than it actually is. Hold it right there. I would say the trailers made it look like a rejected kids Netflix TV show. Because gives Disney some credit. Disney is makes some great animated stuff sometimes. It actually is authentic. It's an authentic Transformers with a strong story with iconic moments. That's what I've been hearing. I mean, all the early reactions, all the early reviews have been saying that, like, hey, the movie is like the best Transformers movie they ever made. Like, it is what you've been waiting for when it comes to Transformers. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Transformers fan. Like, I don't love the Transformers. My introduction was the Michael Bay movies. I liked the first one. I have fun with the third one. I didn't really like any of the other ones, and I love Bumblebee. I wasn't really a Transformers kid, to be honest, and my brother was way more into the Transformers than I was, and he was younger, so I've seen some of the G1 cartoon shows through him, just sitting down watching him watch it or whatever. So I know a little bit here and there about the Transformers lore, but not really my big thing. So I wasn't like really anticipating this movie until all these reactions and stuff came out. Now I'm like, I gotta see this for myself, because that trailer looked awful. That trailer looked off-putting. So I'm excited to see what they've done here. Let's see here. Toxic Gamer 331 says, I'm seeing Never Let Go tomorrow. I don't know what that is, but I hope you have fun. Yep, this is all Mike stuff. Toxic Gamer says, I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights this year again with 2 of my closest friends. That's awesome, dude. I hope you have a great time again. Nathan Red Movies. Dude, I rewatched Good Will Hunting at school today, and it jumped up to one of my favorites of all time. I think it's a film that relates to me more as I grow older. Yeah, Good Will Hunting's great. Side note, when I was in school, I don't know if this happened with you, but I was always frustrated when a really good dramatic movie was on, and the rest of the class, the teacher's making us watch this movie. Like we put on The Dead Poets Society in my English class, right? With Robin Williams, and fantastic, great movie. Everyone's moaning and groaning, the old movie, and I was sitting like, shut up! I want to watch this movie. Like, this is a good movie. I'm trying to enjoy it. I'm in school and I get to watch a movie. Let me enjoy this. Like, I don't know if that happened with you with Good Will Hunting, but just a side note there. That was always bothering me. That would always bother me in class when I got to watch a movie while I was at school that was actually good, and everyone else was talking and just not interested in it. As far as Good Will Hunting goes, though, fantastic movie. Yeah, I love that movie, and it gets better every time you watch it. I'm glad you got to rewatch it at school. Moving down here, we've got Trev's got need to get my attention. Let's see here. The View with Drew says, for me personally, I prefer serious superhero movies. Don't get me wrong. There are some comedy superheroes like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's another great one. Deadpool and the Thor Ragnarok, that were great. But lately, most superhero movies, except for Deadpool and Wolverine and Guardians 3, Shang-Chi and No Way Home, had a good balance of comedy and drama. But I know people said movies like Love and Thunder went overboard with the jokes. I don't hate Love and Thunder. It's not a bad movie, but some of the jokes felt forced. Yeah, I mean, they definitely did, but at the same time, I think Love and Thunder set out to be a screwball comedy and just be over the top with it, and I kind of bought into that and just embraced that, and that's how I had a great time with it. Yeah, I mean, look, it's all for the mood you're in, right? Like, do you want to laugh? Do you want to have fun with the characters in a goofy adventure? There's movies for that. There's Guardians. There's all this. Do you want to have dramatic and drama-filled times? You've got The Dark Knight. You've got Joker. You've got Logan. Like, I love that we have both. I love that it's not a pick and choose. I do tend to gravitate more, though, to the ones that have serious moments and mixed humor, like I kind of said before. So, like Guardians of the Galaxy, the Spider-Mans, Deadpool. Like, I do kind of, and like Marvel Phase 1 through 3, I do kind of gravitate towards those a little bit more. But I love a good gravitas, Logan, Dark Knight, all that kind of stuff. I love to have my cake and eat it too. Toxic Gamer 331 says, are you going to be seeing Nosferatu later this year, Zach? I don't know, because it comes out on Christmas, and that's not how I want to celebrate Christmas. That's not the Christmas movie I want to be watching come the holiday season. So honestly, I'm probably going to miss it this year. I'll probably catch it on streaming or something come the following year, come 2025. We'll see. Michael11591, what's going on, Michael11591? Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for jumping in the chat saying, hey, Zach. Well, hello back to you, Michael. All right, moving on here. Hopefully this is where we're at next. We've got Toxic Gamers saying, dog. Oh, it kind of blocked there. Is from Captain Underpants movie. That's what looking like in its trailer. Oh, there was a spin-off of Captain Underpants. I used to read the graphic novel book or whatever of Captain Underpants, and there was a dog man. I know that one. I had no idea they were making that. I had no idea I mean, Honestly, the Captain Underpants movie was underrated. I thought the Captain Underpants animated movie they did with Kevin Hart in the voice, he was Harold, I think. I thought that captured the essence and just the absurdity of the books so well. I actually really enjoyed that Captain Underpants movie. So I'm up for Dogman. I never really read Dogman. I was way more of a Captain Underpants kid. That was more my jam. But Dogman, they're making an animated movie, and it can be, as fun and wacky and charming as that Captain Underpants movie was, and they can capture the essence. I think it's gonna be a fun time. So I'll look forward to that. Red Comic says, what are some box office bombs that you love? I think someone's been watching Sean Chandler. Me too. Yeah, some box office bombs. I mean, again, watching Sean Chandler, there's a couple in there that's gonna be on mine. Like the Suicide Squad does come to mind. Now that's COVID and stuff related as well, but I really like that. Going a little bit different for a movie that I can understand why people didn't like it because it's not that great, but I loved it, and that's Renfield from last year. I think Renfield was last year. I love that movie. I understand all the flaws, all the issues. I agree with all the flaws and all the issues that it has, but I had a great time with it. I had so much fun. I loved that movie. So Renfield is definitely one for me. The Shawshank Redemption is a popular one for sure. The Flash. I'll throw The Flash out there. I enjoyed The Flash quite a bit, and I understand why it didn't do well, why it flopped, but I quite liked The Flash. So there's a couple for you right there. Nathan Dread Movie says, who is your favorite YouTuber in general? Yeah, like I kind of talked about early on when we were live. Sean Chandler's really shot up there in the last couple of years because I think his content is just quality. I think he has a great articulate voice for talking about movies. He's always entertaining and interesting to listen to. He presents his opinions very well, and I also like that he's a very humble, like he's kind of reached this point on the YouTube sphere where he's up there with Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns. Like he's a big YouTuber, but he'll go down to the low level, not the like low level as in like the people, but like the smaller subscriber count channels. He'll go there. He'll jump on. He'll do collabs, and I think that's really humbling, and I really like that about Sean Chandler. Love Chris Stuckman, love Jeremy Johns, love John Campia, Christian Harloff, I watch a lot. 3C Film, I watch a lot. I like Mr. Beast, as everyone likes Mr. Well, not everyone likes Mr. Beast nowadays, but I like Mr. Beast. I watch him a lot. Yeah, I a lot of stuff I watch is movie related, so that's pretty much it. Let's see here. We've got Michael 111591 saying, just got out of seeing The Substance and I loved it. It's a WTF did I just watch film, but it's everything you would like in a horror film, bloody and gory. Yeah, I don't know if The Substance is going to be for me. I watched the trailer. I'm iffy. I might see it. I might not. I probably won't, to be honest. But I'm glad it sounds like you had a great time, man. That's awesome. All right, moving down here. Nathan, I recently became a sophomore in high school, and this school year is kind of mid. What was your favorite school year? My favorite was 8th grade, which was the only school year I loved. Yeah, my 8th grade year was still in middle school, and I didn't like middle school. Middle school was, especially like at the time, it was a new middle school. It was kind of like a guinea pig kind of thing where we're taking kids from elementary, we're mixing them with. It was grade 7 to 9, so. Lots of bullying, lots of stuff going on. I think my best year, honestly, of school was like grade 11, maybe grade 12. I feel like, well, grade 12 was like my last year. For the second half, I had like all electives. So it was like 2 study blocks, a drama class, a guitar class, a foods class, a workout class, and I think I had another gym class. So like and math and English, but I like coasted through grade 12. Maybe that was the wrong way to do it. I don't know, but I had a good time in grade 12. Grade 11 was really good for me though, because I feel like I did a lot in drama and acting in school, and I feel like I had a really good year with that in grade 11. And grade 11 is just one of those years where it just kind of comes to mind like, yeah, I would relive that year if I had to go back to school. I'd relive grade 11. So yeah, definitely in there. And I have fond memories of elementary school as well. But yeah, I think those older classes, as you get older, you get a little bit more freedom within the school bounds. I think those are definitely the best years. Let's see here. Toxic Gamer 331 says, "What did you think of the Null in Venom: The Last Dance final trailer?" Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I don't know much about the Null character, I'll be honest. Look, I don't really like the Venom films. Venom: Let There Be Carnage was a little bit better, in my opinion, more entertaining than the first Venom was. But as far as this third Venom's looking, it does look like the biggest. It does look like they've stepped up with action sequences and set pieces and how they're going about that whole thing. So I'm excited to see the escalation of what the Venom movies have become. And of all the Venom movies, of all the trailers for Venom movies, this one does have me the most intrigued to see the movie. And I think third time around, I'm just starting to embrace the wacky, silly humor of the Venom films a little bit more. Because I don't hate these trailers. I've actually been kind of charmed, and I've kind of liked the trailers they've put out for Venom Last Dance. So whether or not it's going to be a good movie, I don't know. I'm not necessarily anticipating it or excited for it, but I'll be there. I'll check it out. Let's see here. Schofield Studios. What's going on, Schofield? Thanks for joining. It's been a little bit, man. It's good to see you in here. He says, "Will you consider doing movie reactions again, since those are the best performing videos on your channel?" They are the best performing videos on my channel. They're also the most time consuming and tedious videos to put together on my channel. I do want to get back into it. That's the beautiful thing about this channel, is like, just because I didn't do things for a couple of years doesn't mean I can never do it again. Like, I could get back into the movie reactions, and I do think I want to do more movie reactions. I don't know how much commentaries will be coming from me and my wife, especially with everything going on. So I don't know if you can expect those kind of commentaries, but I want to do maybe at least one horror movie reaction for the Halloween season, because I kind of wanted to do an annual thing where I reacted to horror movies every Halloween, and I only did that one year, and then I missed last year. So I want to do at least one. But they do take a lot of time to put together, and I've got a lot going on, and there's a lot I'm trying to do on this channel in general right now. So I'm not gonna say no, they're not ever coming back. You'll probably get some more movie reactions, because like you said, they do generally well. But I also don't want to fall into the trap of becoming just a movie reaction channel where it's like, oh, because I do well, I should only make this type of video. Because I have fun with making movie reaction, but I don't, like, it's not my passion. I like to talk about the movie. I like to engage in conversation. Watching the movie and recording my reaction is fun. I enjoy that, but it's not my passion for the channel. So even though those are my best performing videos, and I could chase that rabbit's tail up to the top and just have this be a movie reaction channel, and there's tons of movie reaction channels that do it well. Obviously, the Real Rejects are like the top ones. Nice Dude, Movie Night are some great guys who I've known personally for a couple of years, and they shot up with their movie reactions. Their channel's thriving and doing fantastic because they found their niche with that. I could chase that because, like you said, best performing videos, I could chase the views, but it's not my passion. I like to talk. I like to engage in conversation. So that's what I want to do. So yeah, you'll probably see a couple more, but it's not going to become like my main focus. All right, moving down. Toxic Gamer, what did you think of? Oh, we already did that one. Do you have a Chick-fil-A near you? If so, what are your favorite things to order? I do not. Sorry, man. I don't think I've ever been to a Chick-fil-A. Cut the Home Depot hard working while Zach fixes his mic. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Doing my homework while Zach tries to fix his mic. That's funny. Oh, man. All right, let's see. I think we're getting close to the end here. A lot of this is can't hear you. Gonna do my South Park video that I'm working on. Yeah, this is all the mic stuff. So I think we're pretty much near the end of it. The Lawrence Report. Thank you so much for joining the Lawrence Report. Saying the studio looks great, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I wish it sounded better for the live stream tonight, but yeah, I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into making this room what it was. This used to be a staircase, and then, you know, people came over and stuff. We had them rip out the stairs and make it into a platform, a room. But I had to like obviously it was drywalled and stuff. But I painted everything. I picked the color. I carpeted it. I put everything in here. I set it all up. This was all me. And it was a blank canvas, and I've never done that before, so I'm very proud of how it turned out. So I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you so much for the kind words on that. Collective Movie Band says, I thought the Minecraft trailer looked stupid. I agree. Dace Avenue, thank you so much for that $2 super chat, man. By the way, you left the message on my Instagram that I just finished listening to it. Background noise or background music, that's interesting. I may try that. Toxic Gamer 3, I appreciate that, by the way, man. Thank you so much for sending that. Toxic Gamer says, I love Transformers 1. It's tied for my favorite of the year with Deadpool and Wolverine and Dune Part 2. Wow, man, that's high praise. Dune Part 2 is tied with Transformers 1. Look, like I said, I'm excited to check it out. Now that people are saying it's really great, I'm very curious to see how badly they represented this movie in the trailers, honestly. Collect Movie Man says, these are my last few movies to see for the year. I don't think you ever wrote back in what that was, so I apologize, man. Then Luke Ponto, my buddy Luke Ponto, what's going on, man? Thank you so much for popping in here, dude. Zach, my guy, how's it going? Doing pretty well, Luke. I'm lots of stuff happening in life, but doing well. Thank you so much for popping in here, Luke. And Toxic Gamer saying, all right, I got work tomorrow, so yeah, works for me. Doing the questions. All right, so that's it. That's as far as we got for the comments and questions. So yeah, guys, I apologize again for the stream issues that we had, for the mic issues that we had. I'm going to work on getting that fixed. I'm going to work on getting that sounding better. I'm also going to work on getting my OBS back up. So we're going to do the live stream on OBS next week. So sounds good on OBS. So maybe it was just a StreamYard issue. I don't know. But I just thank you guys so much for joining me for the live show, even though it didn't go so well. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, for your patience as you watch me fumble and try to get a mic to work, and it just didn't work. So I appreciate that so much. I'm just going to leave that video up. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should take it down. Maybe it's a bad look, but yeah, we'll look back one day and we'll just have a laugh at how poorly that show went. Well, guys, with that said, I am back. Zach Milne Talks Live is back. We will be back again next week. Same Zach time, same Zach channel. Thank you guys so much for all your comments and questions. Have a great time. Great time. Whatever. We're doing it like it's live.